Hi there, welcome back to the Rare Book Views channel where I hope we're going to take a look at some rare books, maybe share our thoughts on books, maybe have unusual views on the books, all the reviews, all the books, all the rareness. I want to thank everybody once again for being so cool and following the channel, sending me comments about what you're reading. I just love it. I love to hear what everybody's reading about. It's so nice to have a little place to go and talk about books with people who also love books. And today, I'm very excited to tell you that I am starting a new to be read shelf. I love it. I have all these books just out of view, all these books that are building up, waiting to be read. And I found if I just set aside one shelf to read at a time, then I don't feel bad about all those guys that are waiting. And it has made me think I have all these books that are waiting to be read, but I have all these other great books that have been read but are still great. So today I am going to put a repeat on, and it makes sense because it is the Christmas Carol and it is Christmas season, and I'm excited to reread this one. You can see Had a Hard Life, but it has been well loved. And this is a really cool copy because it's illustrated by Arthur Rackham. So it is vintage and it has a really cool dust jacket. And the cover has this nice, that is very Arthur Rackham, that sort of print block looking illustration. It has a couple illustrations that are full pages in color, which are really nice, but it has Had a Hard Life. These are sort of loosely inside the text, but it's one of those books where the pages are pretty thick and it feels very hearty and it's really fun to read. This is similar to that. I just think Arthur Rackham's so cool. I'll put a link in the notes. I have a bunch of Arthur Rackham books, and that is one of them, but I'll put a link to a tour of some of my other Arthur Rackham because he's awesome. And I have one other holiday read here, Hercule Poirot's Christmas. And I have been holding on to this for a while so that it would be seasonal. So that's really exciting. And then I have some really cool fiction and things. This is fun. A friend of mine, one of my best friends, one of my best book friends for sure, suggested this book, The Last Bookshop in London by Mdeline Martin, and she was telling me about it, and then we were book shopping and she found this copy for me, and it is used, so it is a bargain, and I'm excited about that. This is cool. Tokyo Vice by Jake Adelstein. This was a very high production sort of mini series based on the book, and it's fascinating. My husband and I liked it. It is not for the faint of heart. There is, I don't know what the rating is on this thing, but it is sex, drugs, and rock and roll, I think. So it is not for the youth, but it is, HBO Max is what it was on. Really well done. And I just thought, oh, how interesting. It's based on a book, and he is a journalist, so he should be good at writing. And I am excited to read the real story and see how closely it matches the series, and that I value, so it was a bargain. This is cool. I just found this, but I feel like I'm behind. I feel like this got a ton of awesome buzz and reviews, and I just never got a copy of Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. Sounds really neat, and I just found this at a book sale, so I'm excited to get into that one. This one is mysterious. Camilla Lackberg, The Golden Cage. I put this on my list because I read a review a million years ago, and I have found many books by her, but I've been waiting to find a specific one, and I just found it. I have no idea why it's on my list or who recommended it, which is often the case. So who knows? But I am excited to finally get my mitts on it, and I believe it was $3 whole. This is really fun. Dying on the Vine by Erin Elkins. So Erin Elkins mysteries, often anthropologists, and sort of a, I don't know how murder can be sort of humorous, but they are kind of funny murder mysteries. And my mom really liked Erin Elkins, and I'm sure that's why, because she loved a murder mystery, but she didn't want to be too horror stricken, right? She didn't want any violence, just a dead body. So she really liked Erin Elkins, and I recently got a copy of one of his books from my friend of the family. The woman who's my age said, hey, we have a book of your mom's, would you like to have it? And I read it and loved it, and so now I am keeping an eye out for Erin Elkins, and I just think that's really fun. So I'm excited to read I think will just be my second Erin Elkins. Cool. Agatha Christie. I am on an Agatha Christie tear. I love all the vintage. Let's see, this one, this corner is cut, so I'm pretty sure this was a book club edition. If it was not, it should have probably a price up here, and because it's down in the, I think it probably was a book club edition, which doesn't bother me because it is vintage, which is fun. It just feels good in your hand. It says 1959. It might be 1959 or might be a reprint of the 1959, but I know it's going to be fun. And this one is Cat Among the Pigeons. Sounds dangerous. Let's see. Oh, this, I think I found this at a bag sale. I'm pretty sure that's where this came from. Did I make a note? Yeah, it came from bag sale. But it looks neat. Van Gogh, art. I really love a good art theft or art forgery story. Who knows why? But I like that. So that'll be interesting. The Last Van Gogh. Okay, nonfiction. Got to get some of that in here. Spam Nation by Brian Krebs. Krebs on Security, I think. He has a blog. And I think that computer crime is also an interesting category of crime. So I'm excited to read this one. I'll go nonfiction. So a little bit of something to make me smarter. There's a lot of, it's very fiction heavy, this bookshelf. That Summer by Jennifer Weiner. This has been on my list for a while. I've read a couple of her books. Very easygoing, very just like hang out, chill. You don't have to think so hard. Good plots. She does really good, I think, character development. So this could be really good. It was bargain, $3. And then last but not least, I watched some documentary about World War II that talked about women who played roles in the war or the resistance. And my husband found me a reading list, and this was on it. And this is The Lady is a Spy by Don Mitchell about Virginia Hall, a hero of the French resistance. So good, more nonfiction will be making me smarter. I don't have very many paperbacks on hand, which is interesting. Maybe I should go book shopping. I probably will go book shopping after the holidays. Let it calm down. I don't like to be out in any shopping establishment until after it's all over. So maybe something in the new year. Maybe I'll start out the new year with a good shop. Fill the shelves back up for things to be read. So this is going to be my next focus. And I have a couple of vacation days coming up. So who knows how many books I can get read by then. And then I'll have to go shopping again. I'll tell you how the books are. I like to post them on Instagram after I read them. It's one of the ways I keep track of what I've read because sometimes I can't remember. And you can check it out there. I'll put a link to that in the notes. And I would love to hear what you're reading. I'd love to hear if you use the to be read shelf strategy. Do you have a shelf waiting to be read? And I always love to hear what people are reading. Thank you again for the support. Thank you for being kind and leaving nice comments. I always say that maybe book people are the nicest people on the internet. I'm sure other hobbies have nice people. I'm sure skydivers are nice on the internet, but I don't interact with them. So thank you, book people, for being nice, and happy reading.